Hey everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so happy to be here with you. I'm sorry for my slow start this morning. It has been one heck of a day. When I went to log into my broadcasting software, it was like, oh, you need to update. And I thought it would be really fast, and it wasn't. I'm sorry. So, anyway, I'm just going to dig right in with you guys and let you know what's up, okay? So, let's see. Let me scroll right back up here. Let me start over. Nightingale, hello, love you too. Ishmael Manny Carlo, hello. No, the podcast is not over. Um, Nightingale, thank you. She says, really, your videos are awesome, life saving. Thank you. Ashley Hagan says, hello, Angie. I know I haven't been a subscriber for very long. After 12 years off and on of abuse, I actually think I can move on with my life. This most recent and absolutely final breakup. I understand. I know how hard it is, and I certainly appreciate the pain that you're in right now. Welcome, Ashley. Welcome. Um, Helen Cooling says hiya. Hello, Helen. Julia's Castle says hi. Hello. uh, Ishmael Manny says hi. Hey. He says all right. All right. All right. I think that was because I told him it wouldn't be that the podcast is not over. Ashley Hagan says it will be permanent, and that's all thanks to me. Wow, thank you, Ashley. She says I feel I'm so much better healed for that. I thank you. Well, thank you so much. That means the world to me. That's exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing. Thank you. Donna Doherty says hi, Angie. Hey, Donna. Ishmael says hi again. Hi again. Salma Mahmood says hello from the UK. Hello, Salma. And Julia's Castle says hi, Angie. Hello, Julia's Castle. All right. So here we are, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. So I'm going to start. Oh, thank you, Donna. Donna says I'm truly a lifeline. Thank you. Nightingale asks, how can charming be a good tool for narcs? So do you mean, Nightingale, do you mean how charming can be a tool for narcs? How they can charm us into submission, or what specifically? Clarify that question for me, okay? Hi, Jeff. Okay, Ishmael Manny Carlo says, I am a victim of verbal and emotional abuse for 15 years. I understand your pain, my friend. Jen S. says, is it common for the narcissist to not work and just live off the help of others? Do they ever actually intend on getting a job to help? You're welcome, Jeff. All right, Jen, here's the deal. There are some narcissists who do exactly what you're stating there. They will literally, intentionally not work and glom off of their spouse or partner or anyone who will have them, even their parents sometimes. Do they ever actually intend on getting a job to help? Well, that depends. How hard are you making it for them not to have a job? Are they able? Hi, Des. Welcome. Thank you for being a new subscriber. Jen, are they able to sit around and play video games all day, or how does that work? Do you generally find that you are giving them money for goodies and things that they want, or do you expect them to go out and buy their own things? These are all important questions to ask. And I would also have to ask, on the flip side of that, Jen, though, we do have narcissists who are very high achievers. They're just complete jerks to the people in their lives that are close to them, just like the ones who won't work at all. They all have their own little quirks, but there do seem to be two extremes when it comes to narcissists, either high achieving or no achieving. All right. Okay, Nightingale says, yeah, charming. Mostly they do undercover. How can we... okay. So how can we identify a narcissist who's trying to charm us, right? Well, here are some really quick, simple things you can do. The first thing you can do is recognize this. A charmer does not necessarily mean a narcissist. There are plenty of very charming people who are not narcissists. But a narcissist will do something like the love at first sight thing. Now, somebody might come up and, play a bad pickup line on you or whatever. But if you're dealing with someone who is a narcissist, they're most likely to push you into a relationship very quickly, into commitment very quickly. There are some narcissists who will stay away from commitment, but those are usually the ones who are already in other relationships, and they may do multiple commitment, if that makes any sense. So they may let a lot of different people think they're the one and only, if that makes sense. How do we identify them? Another thing we can do is watch for people who appear to be just like us. You can kind of, when you get used to this, you can kind of realize when people start to pretend that they like everything you like, or they start to pretend that Like, when you first met them, they didn't know what skiing was, and you took them skiing once, and now they're a ski bunny or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So these are things you can watch for. You can watch for the way they treat other people. You can watch if you go out to dinner with them, are they completely sweet to all the wait staff? That's not always a great indicator, but it is something. As time goes on, it gets a little better and a little better. So, but watching the narcissist, watching a new person that you're dating for little things is what you want to do here. Okay. Let me know if you need more information on that, Nightingale. Frankie Rose says, "Hello, Angie. Thank you again for all you do. My pleasure, Frankie. Thank you." Regina Smith says, "Hi, Angie. It's Sasha." Oh, hey, Sasha. She said, "We haven't spoken for a couple of weeks, but I wanted to stop by and truly thank you for all you do. You're doing important work." Thank you so much, Sasha. I'm so glad to hear that you feel that way. It really means a lot to me, and I hope you're doing well as well. I know you've been dealing with some things. I hope you're feeling good right now, and I hope you're still moving in the right direction, honey. All right. Frankie says, "I love your makeup today. Thank you." Okay, you guys, I'm going to tell you something. I got a new Diva light. It's not really a Diva light. It's a ring light, but I kind of like it. It was kind of dark out today, so I thought I would put on the Diva light. So I probably look a little better under this light than I might otherwise. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm okay with it. All right. Ishmael Manny Carlos says, "Hi, Angie. Can a narcissist ever be in a healthy relationship?" Well, I guess that depends on what you consider healthy. If you're looking at someone, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that a narcissist can be in a relationship that is agreeable to both parties, but only if one party agrees to be the secondary person in the relationship, the supporting role, the person who has no needs, desires, wants of their own, and only does what the narcissist wants and only when the narcissist wants. If you can be that person, absolutely, you can be in an agreeable relationship, but it's very unsatisfying and it doesn't last. You will at some point begin to feel quite devastated by that, in my opinion. Something to think about. Yeah. All right. So that's it. Any other questions that you guys have for me today? I feel like this is kind of a quick stream if we're going to end it right here, or am I just having a slow chat thing happening? Okay, got 25 of you on right now. Well, while I'm sitting here, let me just real quick. Oh, I've got a couple. Wow, a whole bunch of. Okay, hey everybody, welcome. All right, Basin. Wait a minute, let me scroll up here. Okay, Basenji. I don't know. Basenji woman. Basenji woman. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. I don't mean to. All right, says, "How long can it take to get over a 43-year marriage to a narcissist? I am out but feeling adrift." Oh, girl, I feel you. That is a very hard place to be. Okay, so here's what I would say to you about that. All right, I want you to start out by, how long have you been out? Let's start there. So I think that, how long does it take to get over? It might take many years, but if you want to start to move forward and make your life better and not waste any more of your time, well, you can do that, certainly. I would say, depending on how long you've been out now, I would set a date for yourself as to when you would want to finish mourning. So, like, let's say if you've already been out for 6 months, then maybe you want to give yourself 2 more weeks or 1 more month. If you've only been out for a few days, then you're probably going to want to give yourself a few months for a 43-year marriage. But I actually talked about this a little bit in a video this morning. The fact is, 43 years is probably the majority of your adult life. And so you pretty much don't really know life without the narcissist yet. So here's a silver lining for you. You now can decide what you want to do, who you want to be, and you can do so without concern for the narcissist and what the narcissist has to say about it. So I think that's something to consider. All right. Okay. Now, Kathy Wasserman, hello. She says, "Mine was as sweet as pie to wait staff and often flirted with them because he got lots of supply for them." I know for some it's the opposite. That is true. And here's the thing. I would say there's a certain percentage of narcissists who will be just sweet to everybody except you. And very few people will be aware of the true person. And the wait staff type situation, especially when you're dealing with members of the opposite sex or people who the narcissist might be attracted to, like if it's a gay couple, then if there's a gay waiter, or if it's a lesbian couple and a lesbian waitress, whatever, whoever you might be attracted to. Um, Certainly, the flirting is a big deal, and it's something that the narcissist uses to hurt the primary supply who is with them. So it's difficult. The funny thing is, they don't even think about how they're hurting you. What they think about is they think about what it is that they think about what they want. They think about getting attention and feeling good. Now, sometimes they do think about hurting you. Sometimes they are that vindictive, I should say. But especially in the beginning of relationships, they don't even think about it most of the time because, of course, they have no empathy. So, yeah. All right. Alicia Massonet says, or Massonet, Maison, I can't say it. I'm sure it's a French name. I'm sorry. She says, "Hi, just an update. My ex stalked and harassed me. Oh no, I have a new restraining order, and he's getting locked up. He sent me pictures of him getting blowjobs from women and pissed on my door, so the cops got him. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. That's horrible, and you don't deserve that. I'm very sorry, Alicia. I'm glad you got a restraining order, and I hope that you can. I mean, that's just the most bizarre thing. That he would send you those. He's just doing it to hurt you. I hope you know that, and I hope that you know you're better than that. That's what I would say about that. Thank you for the update. Stay strong. It's going to get better. All right? Okay. Austin Gray, hello. Austin Gray says, "This is great knowing I found this channel learning how the narc broke into you and expressing it to this group of people." Okay. Cool. All right. Thank you. Jeff says yes. I'm sorry, Jeff. I can't recall what that was in response to. The Crispy Fort says, "Hi, Angie. Can a supply or empath be turned into a narcissist or predator?" Just joined in. Welcome, Crispy Fort. You know what? Certainly, you could go that way. Certainly, a supply or an empath could be turned into a narcissist with the proper kind of abuse. And if the supply makes the effort to use the narcissist's behaviors against him or her, and so on and so forth, absolutely, for sure. Yeah. All right. Melanie says, "Hi, Angie. Do narcissists always tell you that you're wrong even on simple questions when they don't know the correct answer?" Girl, I have seen that so often. They will, even if they don't know the answer, they'll make up an answer and insist it's correct. Even if you Google it and you prove them wrong, it doesn't matter. They insist it's correct. It's kind of funny. Yeah, totally. Oh, good day from Australia, says the Crispy Fort. Good day. I can't say it as cute as you can, but hello. All right. Jamie, hey, Jamie. Hey, girl, hey. Jeff says, "I want to." Okay, cool. You want to, Jeff? I'm sorry again. I missed it. I missed something here. I know that you asked me a question, and I'm sorry. If you could repeat it one more time, I'd appreciate that. I'll try to remember this time. All right. Oh, Basin. Okay, you've been away for 8 months. BASENJI woman, Basin G woman. She's the one we talked to earlier who said that she had been in a 43-year marriage. 8 months is relatively quick right now. It's going to be hard for you to get over it. I mean, the fact of the matter is, like I said, you spent most of your adult life with this person. It's very much like going through a death. And in some ways, your spouse really did die, right? So what you want to do is, first of all, be kind to yourself. Stop beating yourself up. I'm certain that you might be focused on what you did wrong, and the fact of the matter is, if this person was a narcissist, it almost wouldn't matter who you were in that spot. This could still be happening, because what the narcissist wants is complete and utter submission, and eventually everybody gets tired. If you've been discarded by this person, it's even more painful. But I think that the steps that you need to take are, number one, you're doing it. You're learning about narcissism and trying to understand what you were dealing with. And number two, you need to work toward understanding it a little more, a little deeper, and also understanding yourself and why you were there and what you can do to stay out of that situation in the future. And then finally, you work toward overcoming it. And overcoming it, in my opinion, is finding the best possible version of yourself, living well, and moving forward without the narcissist. It's literally like the best revenge thing. The best revenge is living well. It really is. The narcissist I think the worst thing you can do to the narcissist is take away attention. So if you go no contact and you focus on living well and doing better for yourself, not worrying about the narcissist, that's the best thing you can do for both yourself and, if you want to cause a little bit of the narcissist's biggest fear is rejection. Know that. All right. Okay. Frankie Rose says, it has been a year, but this past week I've been agonizing over the fact that my narcissist life seems to be moving along quite nicely. How do they do this so easily? Completely start new lives over again. You know what? This is something I hear all the time. Now, what you have to understand is that the narcissist makes up their own little fantasy world. It's their false self that's living this false life. And if you remember back to the part of your relationship that was good, you could probably see that now. So what they're doing is they're showing this new person all of the good parts of themselves. They're not showing them the crazy parts, and they're probably still harassing you with the crazy parts. So the best thing you can do here is to literally disconnect from the narcissist. You can't let them affect you because they're not normal. Normal people don't behave that way. Do you see what I'm saying? Normal people don't act like a narcissist would act. All right? All right. Regina, okay, Sasha says, have you seen the Hurt Bay video? If not, you should. It went viral. It's a classic case. I would love to hear your thoughts. You know what? I have not seen that. I should really watch it. I will make sure that I do. Sasha, if you want to send me a link so I don't forget, I wouldn't be mad. Thank you, love. All right. Okay, let's see here. Ishmael Manny Carlos says, hello again. I exposed my ex-narcissist to what she has been doing to me, and now I think I caused her narcissistic injury. She now has the audience on Instagram and Facebook on how good she looks, and this only feeds into her ego. Okay. Yeah, if you told her that she was a narcissist, chances are she's been reading about narcissism and she may definitely use it against you. As far as the Instagram and Facebook audiences, look, I'm going to be really straight up with you. In our society, somebody who's using those tools they aren't necessarily a toxic narcissist. However, if they are using those tools and they are not, empathetic to other people, well, then they can be, the point is, a narcissist who is toxic is someone who does not care what you feel and shows you that by the way they treat you. Does that make sense? They have no empathy for anyone, especially people that are supposedly the closest people to them. And with that, in that case, Ishmael, Manny, Carlo, I suggest that you block her on Instagram and Facebook and every other social media platform, because you don't deserve that and you shouldn't have to look at it, and it's just driving you crazy if you're not together anymore. Feel me? All right. Helen Cooling says, I found that if a man shows any interest in me, it's freaking me out. Any tips to overcome this, please? Thanks. Oh, girl, I feel you. Okay. So, number one, make sure you've been out of your relationship for at least 6 months to a year before you even consider another relationship. Number two, if a man shows interest in you, it's because you're hot or awesome or amazing or all three. Okay. But yes, I understand why you don't want to get involved with another narcissist. So some tips: make sure that you take it very slow. The very best thing you can do is take it slow. If a narcissist is involved, a narcissist will not want to wait around. They will push to go faster. That's a big red flag. Another thing is, if they, if you guys are suddenly like, he's calling your mom his mother-in-law, or he's trying to move in 2 weeks, or he, first date, he says, I think you're my soulmate, anything like that, it's a red flag, my friend. Okay, something to consider. All right. So another thing you can do, Helen, is make sure you're feeling strong and confident, and make sure that you go into it with a vibe of I don't need this person. Might be fun, let's have fun, let's have a good time, but let's not change our lives today. Feel me? Okay. So try to be strong in yourself, and try to understand that you are not. I think the point I'm making is, don't over exert yourself for the narcissist, or for the person you're dating who's hopefully not a narcissist. Don't go above and beyond. Don't make yourself too available too soon. Just take it very slowly. That's the very best thing I can say to you, is take it very slowly. That's probably the safest bet for you. Okay? All right. Let's see. Hot-headed babe. Hey, hot-headed babe, how you doing? cute name, says, "Hi Angie, how can I protect my teens from a narcissistic father? Now that I left him, he uses our teen kids for his narcissistic supply. Can't stop them from seeing him." Ooh, it is very difficult. I tell you what, the best thing you can do is be honest with your kids, in so much as they can understand. You might want to teach them about narcissism. You might want to teach them the gray rock practice. I don't know how your kids are. I know I have a 13-year-old and a 19-year-old, and each of them is different in their capabilities and abilities. But I know that both of them could be taught that method. So maybe you could teach your kids the gray rock method. Are they struggling with him, or is he using them against you? Is he using them as like flying monkeys, or is he just getting supply from them by being rude and horrible to them when they're there? What's happening? I can maybe give you some more information about that. Kathy says exactly. It was infuriating, crazy making. I feel you, girl. I feel you. Jeff says, "I have a question. Please wait. I'm pulling over." Okay, I'm waiting, Jeff. I'm waiting. All right. Yelia B88, hello Yelia, says, I I really enjoy learning about when two narcissists are in a relationship. Any brief advice on whether you think it can be successful? Well, I've actually done this, done a video on this before, and you can check that out on my channel. There is such a thing as an inverted narcissist, and that type of narcissist really literally needs a narcissist to exist as an individual in the world. I think it's some kind of really, sometimes they appear to be an empath, but they have many narcissistic tendencies, and so absolutely, I've seen that. Is it successful? That depends on what you call successful. What it is exactly what I described earlier in this live stream, and that was that one of them will be the primary person, and the other person lives to serve the primary person. That's the only way it can work. Yeah. Oh, Alicia said I said her name perfectly. Turn up, girl. That's awesome. All right. I'm really bad at names pronunciation sometimes. Sometimes I'm really good at it, but not always. Okay. Blah, 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 right? Oh, hello, it's Chiclet Vavoom. Chiclet Vavoom. I love that name. I know we've talked about that before, but I'm just saying. Welcome back, love. She says, many of us try to make things better, but with a narcissist, everything is always our fault. We never love them enough. We're always cheating. Projection, biggest crying bitches ever. Yes! So true. That's very, very true. They absolutely never think we love them enough, no matter if we've given up our entire lives for them. They absolutely always think everything's our fault. They do not take responsibility. They do not, they don't love us in the way that they want to be loved. And see, that's the difference. We love them how we want them to love us, but when they don't, we shut down, and then they're like, wait, what? You're not admiring me anymore? You're not, kissing my feet? It's ridiculous. Yes. All right. Frankie Rose says, okay, got it. Thank you. I hope you did, Frankie. I hope I didn't miss anything on the question. Okay, Revive Wellness says, I'm so lost, Angie, after 19 years of marriage and a narcissistic friend who abused me financially and spiritual. Where do I start? Oh, girl, I feel you. Okay, listen. Okay, so number one, 19 years is a long time, and it may be most of your adult life. Okay, even if it's not most of your adult life, it's still a really significant amount of time. So the first thing you want to do is give yourself time to grieve this relationship. It's very similar to grieving a death. Okay, so depending on how long you guys have been apart, you might want to set an end date for your anger part or your sad part. But the financial and spiritual abuse is very difficult. Are you out of this marriage? Or are you still in the marriage? Are you still with the friend? Do you have anyone on your side? One of the things you might want to do is start working on building up a trusted network of people. If you haven't joined SPAN yet, it's support for people affected by narcissistic abuse in relationships. It's my free online support group. You can do that at queenbeing.com/span. We have amazing admins, a really great team, strong people who are also fellow survivors, and I think we're 4,700 strong now, approximately, last time I checked. It's a really nice environment, and how often do you get that? How often do you get a place where you can find a whole group of people who have been through what you've been through? I would suggest that. You may want to look into coaching, or you may want to go to the university and do the narcissistic abuse recovery track. If you're looking to start your own business in order to make money from home, that's also available at the university. That's university.com. Something to think about. In general, though, I think that you should focus on yourself and your own healing, because you can't fix anybody else. Start there, okay? Jeff says, I'm on a 4-hour drive. Oh, honey. I'm on a 4-hour drive to meet up with my covert narcissist of 3 years, and which I have a 22-month-old daughter with. She's at her parents' house again. I exposed her about 2 months ago. Oh, that's hard. Jeff, I'm interested in hearing more of that story. Are you looking to? Are you asking me for co-parenting advice? Are you wanting to know what are you trying to do with your narcissist here? Regina says, "Oh, this is Sasha. That is important. An important point where you said people don't act like this because we get so used to the abuse that we think that is normal, and forget it's not." Absolutely. And we tend to, as victims, thank you, Sasha, we tend to, as victims, very often minimize abuse. We act like it's normal because, again, we think it is normal, or we are so conditioned to it that we don't expect any better for ourselves. So that's another thing that you ladies who are starting over that you want to do, and you gentlemen who are starting over, you want to expect better for yourself. You don't want to put yourself in the same place, in the same level of, you need to have enough confidence in yourself to know that you deserve better, period. That's what it comes down to. All right. Thank you again, Sasha, for bringing that up. Okay. Croatia guy says, my wife's dad is a narcissist. She thinks she is a bad person if she doesn't do, think, and feel as he wants. She feels guilt constantly. How can I help her? Woo, that's a hard one. I've been there. It's a very difficult spot. And the thing is, I think the very best thing you can do is what my husband did, and that is just let her know that you're there. Let her know that you are on her side, because one of the things that narcissistic parents do to us is they tell us, you'll never be anything without me. If you ever walk away from me, you'll have nothing. What are you going to do if you end up homeless on the street? They play on our worst fears, and they make us feel that if we can't do what they want us to do, that we'll be very alone and very miserable, and like your wife, like we're bad people. She just needs to learn that she's the mom now, she's the wife now, it's her home now. I assume you guys don't live with her dad. I think the best thing you can do is support her and just let her know that you'll always be on her team. And then be on her team. That's what I think. Yep. Because I know that can be very stressful in a marriage. Angela D says that she had no contact for months with her ex while going through a divorce. Broke no contact to face him in court. Now it's like day one of the breakup. He lost touch with reality, harasses me at home, brings girlfriend to my home saying the judge told him to. What? Okay, Angela. You deserve better than that, my love. Get a restraining order. I don't understand why he's treating you this way, but I will tell you that it's all about narcissistic supply. Don't know why he's bringing the new girlfriend to your home. You guys have kids together, don't you? Maybe the judge said that you should meet the girl, but I don't really think, if you do have kids, that I would want the poor new supply near the kids right away. It would be, but I don't know if you have any say so over that. I'm really sorry. That's terrible. I'm so sorry. Yeah, the best thing you can do, Angela, is practice the gray rock with him and go back through your original steps of recovery where you were getting through it. So go back to your 10 gratitudes a day, 3 things you love about yourself. If you need to, write down a list of all the reasons that you're not with him anymore. But if it's not you, it sounds like it's him, and not you. Are you struggling with him as well, or is he hoovering you now? Give me a clue. All right. Jeff says, is it worth it to stay in a relationship with an aging, hateful, talented narc, and I have strong emotions with you? Thank you for all of the help I have gotten from you. My pleasure, Jeff. Listen, Jeff, if you would like to set up, and we can go from there. You can also email me at angieanswersyou, the letter U, at gmail.com, and we'll set it up with my assistant through there. Okay? All right. Let's see here. So, Revive Wellness says she's 44, still together, still in the marriage. Okay, in therapy for PTSD. Girl, Are you trying to get out of the marriage? Is the marriage causing you the issues? If so, what is your are you planning to get out, or are you just trying to treat yourself and stay in? I'm interested in knowing. Okay. There was a king says, yes, and hello, by the way. Yes, today is 3 months for me, and I'm still grieving, angry, and suffering. I absolutely feel you. It is very difficult. Um, it's very difficult. The best thing you can do is, to keep trying. 3 months is still very soon. I don't know how long you guys were together, but these relationships, even the shortest of these relationships, can devastate us for years. So something to think about. Okay. Okay. Melanie, hi again. What kind of symptoms are displayed in children who are victims of a narcissistic father? Well, Melanie, that depends. Some of these kids are people pleasers, some of these people are narcissists. It usually tends to be one of those things. Then you've also got, of course, your lost child who just kind of seems to be floating out there. And then you've got the scapegoat child who is blamed for everything in the family, and the golden child. And, they're all different kinds of symptoms. I think that I would need to know more details, but about your particular situation, I would be watching for them to, you know, to be very angry sometimes, or to be very arrogant sometimes, or in some cases, again, to just seem like they want to just make you happy all the time, so they pretend like they're happy all the time. Every child's going to react a little bit differently, and depending on the birth order and the way the children are treated by the narcissist. Some of them, again, will be the golden child, some will be the scapegoat, lost child, so on and so forth. Okay. Hello again, Melanie. Jeff says he's bawling his eyes out on the side of the road. I'm so sorry, honey. Right now, she is the person you were talking about. Would love to talk with you one-on-one. Yes, Jeff, I do coaching one-on-one. You can go again to narcissisticabuserecovery.online, or you can go right to queenbeing.com. I think there's actually a place you can go through there and schedule right from the front page. Or you can email me at, Angie Atkinson is at gmail.com is another way to email me. Okay. Okay. So Des says, good morning, Melanie. All right. Oops. I'm running. I'm trying to keep my. Jeff says, I'm a shell of what I used to be, but see the light in the distance. I think I can run the course for Olivia, who I assume is your daughter, but that is worse for her in the long run. But is that worse for her in the long run? Yeah, I don't think that you have to stay. In fact, I think that one thing that I want to tell a lot of survivors is that we think we need to stay for our children, but the fact of the matter is sometimes our children need to see that we will stand up for ourselves and not tolerate abuse from someone else. Because then when they grow up, if they become abused by someone else, they don't sit around and wait for it to end. They just do something about it. Something to think about. I don't think you have to stay as long as you remain involved in your child's life as much as you can, as frequently as possible. Yeah. Laura Lee says, hi, Angie. First, thank you for all you do. My pleasure. She says, my question is, my narcissist mother is moving to our city, woo-wee, in about 1 month. Things are bad between me and the narcissist already. His mother is a narcissist too, and I dread it. Oh, this is very difficult. I suggest, Laura, that you set boundaries right away. And if you need to, queen bee her a little bit, do what you got to do. In the current situation, you're the wife, she's the mother. If she's moving, I assume, not into your home, when she's at her home, she can be the boss. When you're at your home, you're the boss. I understand how difficult this is, and I don't know. I think I'm not going to talk about whether or not you're leaving the narcissist or not, but it is a very scary situation. I totally agree with you. How far will she live from you? Will it be close, far? What is the plan? Think about it and let me know. Okay. Emily Cartwright says, hello, Emily, says, hi, my ex-fiance discarded me since I told his family about his emotional threats of self-harm with knives and daily mental abuse. He coerced me into not telling. Did me doing so create a narcissistic injury? Yep. Pretty much. Yeah, and I'm sure that you will, first of all, he coerced you into not telling. You telling would definitely create a narcissistic injury, or even threatening to tell would create a narcissistic injury. I think that maybe you saved yourself from a lifetime of pain by doing what you did. I hope that you're seeing the positive here and not the negative. How are you feeling about it right now, Emily? Okay. A little done with it says, my ex uses you are so controlling whenever I stick up for myself or the kids. It used to work and he would get me to drop my guard, but now I refuse to let it work. I refuse to let it work. Is this tactic common? Good question. Yeah, it is common. They very often will accuse you of being controlling. I've heard people say, you're not my mother, when their, partner would say, hey, could you not spend our rent money on drugs this month? How dare you act like my mother? You see what I'm saying? They have ridiculous ways of looking at the world, and the way that they primarily look at the world is the way that serves them the best in the moment. And so that's why sometimes their viewpoint can change back and forth, back and forth. It's outrageous, but it's true. Yeah. All right. Very true, very true. Okay. Yelia B says, my ex narcissist's new supply of over a year is a successful model and TV personality on the game show network. They seem to have a great relationship, especially on social media, and 500,000 people follow them. Look, that's very common. Because narcissists, first of all, most intelligent people, okay, I won't say that. Most people who are career people and people who have lives don't generally put their dirty laundry out on Facebook and Instagram and stuff like this. Of course, they are going to seem to have a great relationship. And I'm here to tell you, my friend, that even though she's a successful model and a TV personality, unless she is also a narcissist and is somehow controlling your narcissist, she is probably being treated just as badly as you right now. Something to consider. All right? Okay. Jeff says he's in a golden period as of lately, but I know she seems to be playing while hunting for the new supply. I stalked her online for a few weeks of questions. Lots of questions, crazy stuff. Been trying to get away since the love triangle I was in when we first got together. Her last man she found dead with the guy I was triangulated with. Oh my goodness. That's horrible. Jeff, I think you better go, honey, as soon as you can. That's very scary. Very scary. I don't know what the golden period is. I mean, I'm guessing you're going through a good time. I mean, I've been there. The relationships tend to go up and down, and you have your peaks and your valleys, and it sounds like you're in a peak right now. But yeah. And Jeff says she acted like leaving her would be hell, and I supply everything. Oh, I see, yeah. So again, she acts like it would hurt you to leave her, but it sounds to me in reality like it would hurt her if you leave her. So I don't know what to say about that, except, Jeff, that you have to consider what's best for yourself a little bit. I mean, the fact is, you are not required to stay because your daughter's there. You are required to be in your daughter's life, in my opinion, but you are not required to stay with a woman who's abusing you under any circumstances. So, something to think about. Okay, Angie L says, hey Angie. She says, hi Angie, my ex-narcissist is using my Kroger savings card after being no contact for 6 months. Any suggestions on how I stop that? It seems like he is still messing with me from a distance. Can you call Kroger and have them cancel the card and get a new one? Does it cost you money when he uses it? And if it doesn't cost you money, does it take away benefits from you? And if so, call Kroger and have them change the card. If it doesn't, I'd cut it up and leave it and move on to a new situation, a new card or whatever. But otherwise, if it's beneficial to you financially, then I would definitely just have them give you a new card. Issue, make the other one go away. I'm sure they can do something like that. Or deactivate the one he has, maybe. Okay. Jeff says leaving her would be hell. Okay, I already said that one. Okay. Well, hey Carlita, welcome back, honey. How you doing? She says children are much smarter and intuitive than we give them credit for. That's absolutely true, my love. My children wanted me to leave my ex-narcissist. He's their bio father. Now they don't want to visit with him. Yeah, I've heard of this before, very often actually, in these situations, and they are. You're absolutely right. I think so many people, especially narcissists, but even regular non-narcissists, tend to not realize how how much their children really do understand. I'm telling you right now, I have a 9-year-old, a 13-year-old still at home, and both of them see way more than anyone thinks they do, and they understand way more than anyone thinks they do. So I get it. All right. Laura Lee says, I'm still with the narcissist with plans of leaving. He is supposed to be getting, he is supposed to get her a place, but he has asked if she can. Are you saying, wait, hold on. Laura, please help me understand this. I hope I'm missing something. Are you saying to me that your narcissist is bringing the new supply to stay at your house? Is that what you're saying to me? Let me know. Okay. Conchetta, blessed, hello love, says, why is it so hard to let go when I know how he is? Oh girl, because you're addicted to him. We talked about this before. I've done several videos on it. It's really hard to let go because we have become physically addicted to the narcissist, because the way that our bodies have adapted